Yep. All right. Good evening, everyone. Hello, hello. Can anyone hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yep. All right then. That's great. That's great. That's great. And of course, I would appreciate it much better if you guys would like to open up your camera so that I can see your faces. Can you guys try to do that?
Can we use filter?
Well, sure. To make yourself look prettier, I think, of course, yeah, you can use filters. Okay, well, what about the others? Are you guys here? Hello, hello, hello. Yep, okay. Okay, so just to put it out, yeah, let me just introduce myself a little bit. My name is Ifandar Thomas Herrera Heliani. You guys can just call me Tom. No sir, no mister, no bapa, no kaka, just Tom. It sounds way cooler. Okay, just Tom. I'm originally from Argentina, and I'm basically here because Imam asked me to be here to explain a thing or two about English, right? Dan kalau misalkan ngomongnya terlalu cepat, bisa langsung bilang aja ya, karena Tom bisa bahasa Indonesia. Okay, so yeah, can anyone here tell me what the problem is? Because that's what we know. By knowing exactly what the problem is, we've solved 50% of the problem itself, right? So can anyone do that? Okay. Let me just choose someone then, someone who's very obvious here. Putri Sania, can you tell me what the problem is and what we can do to solve the problem?
What problem is it? What problem is
Yeah, well,
what?
I don't know. What problem do you have? So,
All of my problem.
no. I mean, when it comes to English, because that's the point of the meeting, right?
About my difficult and speaking English, maybe.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I often nervous when I'm speaking English. Just that.
So you're basically nervous, right? Although
And arrange some grammar to make.
Of course. Yeah. Just like earlier when you said that about my difficult to learn English is supposed to be about my difficulties to learn English, right? So yeah, but that is a very, very common mistake, and we shouldn't be experiencing a lot of problems when it comes about that. All right. Now, and so could you tell me more about could any of you tell me more about what will you be going through in a short time or soon? Can who's here? Mirza Muhammad Ghani, let's say.
Yeah, I will learn more about English.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I know you're gonna learn more about English, but I mean, will you be having a test or what?
We will be
Oh
going
yeah, maybe.
through an exam next year.
Oh,
Yeah.
an exam next year.
Yes,
Okay, and what kind of exam is that?
college and entrance exam.
Oh, to enter college. So are you guys in this institution or something? Or are you guys at school and you're all in the same school?
Does Kak Imam doesn't tell you anything about Alternatifa?
Not really, actually. I know nothing about what was it again?
Alternatifa. This is a platform made by Kak Imam.
Oh, and what kind of platform that is?
This is a platform to assist us to study to
College.
To get into college.
Yes,
Yes,
to
yes.
study for college.
Oh, I see. Well, he told me nothing about it. And is Imam in the room? Imam, hello, are you there? Is Imam there? Hello, Imam. Okay, I think he's not here, or maybe he's a little bit shy. But okay, well, I never heard of Latifa. Yeah, and yeah, that platform, and I've never heard of that.
Alternatifa, sir.
Yeah, okay, Alternatifa. Yeah, well, yeah, that. And yes, I've never heard of that. He hasn't really told me about anything, right? So, and I suppose that should be okay, right? We've been talking to each other a few weeks or months ago. I can't really remember, and now I'm here just to meet all of this beautiful little tiny faces, right? Yes. What is this that we have in the chat? Belum cerita tadi sama Mas Thomas. Yeah, okay. Oh, Alternatifa is Imam. Oh, okay then. All right. Nah, so as Imam told me earlier throughout the day, that for this occasion we will be discussing about a script, basically about reading comprehension. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So to not waste any time, we'll get straight into it. All right. And oh yeah, and in my meeting, I want you guys to be as chill as possible. Okay, chill. Just be as chill as possible. You can lay down if you want. You can smoke if you want. If you're a smoker, you can eat. You can drink, as long as whatever I have to say get into your head. And I don't really. It doesn't really matter if you guys don't know how to say it and you want to use bad words like shit, fuck, bastard, bitch. It's okay. So, and it's okay because I want you guys to be able to express yourself. That's the whole point of learning a language, right? So we can express ourselves in words, in speaking, writing, listening, or whatever, like that. Okay, so let me just share you this screen that has been shared to me earlier. Can you see it?
Yes, Tom.
Yes.
All right, and is it too small, or do you want me to zoom it in a little bit more?
Maybe zoom in a little bit more.
All right. Should that be enough?
Yes, enough.
Okay. So let me just, now it's too small for me. Okay, now that it has been zoomed in a little bit more, we can see that this is a script, a pretty simple script that all we have to do is just to read, right? But the problem is sometimes we don't know what some word means. Some words are just super new to some of you guys and very uncommon, such as the word acumen. Can anyone tell me what that means? I mean, if you guys, any of you guys know? Anyone? Yep, I don't think so. Well, acumen simply means ketajaman, which is the synonym of sharpness. Through the sentence, creative acumen and leadership expertise. Ketajaman kreativitas simply means, right? Yeah, but the word itself is not used that oftenly by a lot of people, even for native speakers. So you don't need to worry about it, but since we have the script, so you need to know about it. And so you can pass the test. Now, I've done my key answers here. We're not going to discuss about everything. I just want you to get the point of why this works, why this answer works, and why that answer does not work, right? We're going to be doing that. Now, first of all, I do need one volunteer to speak up a little bit about the first question, let's say. Can anyone do that? Can anyone be willing to do that? Karina, are you willing to do that? Okay, so we'll go to Tins. Is it Tins?
Yeah, all right.
Yep, okay.
I mean, so it's I'm gonna just read it or what?
Sure, you can read it first. And what can you tell me about why D is the correct answer, why the others are not?
Okay, so the question is, the following statements are questions that the passage tries to address except. And the answer is, how can the government balance automation and human labor?
Yeah.
The following statement question that person tries to address. I don't know, maybe it's except, I mean, I don't really read all of the text
course,
yet,
yeah.
so I have no idea why it's the
but from the question, what do you think it means?
maybe it's asking about what is actually the text trying to deliver, and that's what the the one who made the text is asking.
Yep, exactly, definitely. So
Okay.
whoever wrote down this question is trying to state, can we ask this question about the paragraph? Nah, so if you can find your answers inside of the paragraph, means those are the question. That's basically what Tins is saying, right? That is exactly correct. That is precise. Now, so now let's take a look at the other answers, right? And how to find the keys on giving or providing the correct answer. A, who is affected by automation of jobs? Can that be found? Can that be found inside of this paragraph? Yes. Well, I mean, maybe you guys haven't read it, and we're not going to get through it one by one, but I've read it, and yes, it mentions something about automation, automated, or whatever, and who are affected. Automated simply means when technology is starting to take over our position as human beings to do any kinds of job, basically. And of course, as human beings, we will be affected. Let's say you work in a hotel. In the hotel industry, in Japan, we have robots. So that's automation, right? So it's clear that people are affected by automation when it comes to their job. While B, how has the labor market become polarized? So it's pretty much the similar context here. How did it affect the labor market, right? Well, it affects the labor market because now people such as you guys after college, once you graduated college, you're not going to be able to get a job because guess what? We have robots now, people. So, so you guys cannot work no more. Basically that. C, what is the impact of automation to wage condition? Because we have robots, although they cost a lot, but throughout the day, months, years, we don't really need to pay them anything else except for maintenance. So yes, from there, we need to start asking the question, what makes us better than robots? And which also has been mentioned here, that middle to lower class people, let's say, when it comes to skill or education, it's going to be harder for those people knowing that robots can do their job. But for highly skilled or highly educated people, such as lawyers or robots, we still cannot deny the fact that some fields require human touch, which has been explained in the third paragraph, right? So yeah, it can still be answered since the question is except, so it's D. How can the government balance automation and human labor? Because the text mentioned nothing about the government or politics or nothing. As simple as that. And so that is how you would find the keywords that would work with your answer, putting it into relation with the script, right? Whenever you find this kind of question, you should find the keywords first. If you can still find the keywords, means that's not the correct answer. If you cannot find it, that is wrong. Now, however, a different case might apply to other questions, such as the second one here. What can be inferred about high-skilled jobs? You see, but some of you might be confused by the word inferred. So can anyone tell me what it means? Okay, of course, this is a class. Not a lot of people would be willing to answer it. But yeah, so inferred simply means to conclude atau menyimpulkan. Apa sih yang bisa disimpulkan tentang about high skill jobs, tentang pekerjaan-pekerjaan dengan skill yang lebih tinggi atau lebih lebih atas, lebih tinggi, lebih bagus, right? Apa yang bisa disimpulkan? Well, we can find a lot of conclusion basically based on the paragraph, right? But what our job is to find the closest one to the paragraph or based on the paragraph. Well, I answer it E. They are relatively safe from being automated in the labor, knowing that it has been mentioned here in the first paragraph and also and also in the third paragraph when they say however, the human touch in medical field is essential as it ensures that patient is being treated as a human instead of just a body. When we have a robot taking care of our body, it's just robot, right? But sometimes, well, let's say I got into a hospital and I got a heart attack or something or brain cancer and I'm gonna die tomorrow. I need the nurse or the doctor to calm me down, which is something that the robots definitely cannot do. You see, so that's why we need human touch. And being a doctor it's a high skill thing. You need to take further educations to actually get the job. You see, or if you're very rich like my dad, you would what do you call it? You would just pay the institution so that you can be a doctor, whether you're good or not. You see? Well, I'm not a doctor because, well, apparently I happen to not be too interested in being a doctor like that. Yeah, so and that's the answer. Now let's take a look at the other answers, right? Let me try to ask Ashi. Ashi? Yep. Hello. Ashi or Ashi?
Ashifa.
Okay, Ashifa. All right. What can you tell me about the second question here?
Gugup gimana maksudnya?
Oh, nggak apa-apa. Jadi Ashifa bisa bilang apa tentang pertanyaan nomor 2 sini? Pemahaman Ashi tentang pertanyaan nomor 2 gimana? Atau nggak tahu artinya semua?
Aku gugup.
Gimana?
I have no idea.
Yang bisa dipahami, boleh pakai bahasa Indonesia aja, apa yang bisa dipahami dari pertanyaan nomor 2?
Ya, kayak yang tadi Tom bilang, menyimpulkan kan.
Betul.
Ya.
Ya, tentang
Pekerjaan yang skill yang nggak bisa digantikan sama robot.
Betul, exactly. Atau well, high skill education or jobs or whatever that is, right? Nah, yeah. Thank you for the statement, Ashi. Okay, so now before we continue to the next questions, we're gonna get through the paragraph here. In Bahasa Indonesia, we have something called as kalimat utama. Kalimat utama can basically be found at the first part of the paragraph or at the end part of the paragraph from each paragraph, right? Those are basically the main idea. Nah, so my advice is to actually go through the question first so you can simply find the answers so that it's not going to take too long of a time for you to read the paragraph and then reread it again and then reread it again. But if you're the type of person who's who understand it easier by reading it first, then that would also be okay. You see? Of course, the problem here is, again, there might be some words that you don't understand. Another example is, let's say, what do we have here? Let's say drastically. Can anyone tell me what that means? Drastically. That one. Anyone knows? Anyone knows? Drastic. Drastis. Basically, right? Secara drastis. For your information, every time you find an ly atau huruf ly di akhir sebuah kata, itu berarti kata-kata tersebut berfungsi sebagai adverbs. Now, adverbs means kata keterangan. We don't say I do this happy. We say I do this happily. Yang artinya dengan bahagia. So drastically means dengan drastis. As simple as that, right? So but let's say the scenario is that you don't know what something means. So what you can do is find other vocabularies that still make sense. For example, from this sentence, similarly, low-skilled jobs that require customer service have been blah 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 changed by automated system. Now the word drastically does not really matter no more. Why? Because you can still understand the other words. But that's why I'm honestly saying that it would be better for you guys to start learning about vocabularies first, like verb, nouns, adjective, adverbs, and stuff like that, rather than going straight into the kinds of questions. But since this is what we have for today, we can go straight into the third question now. I need another volunteer. Let's say a star boy. Hey, yo, star boy, you there? Okay, he's not there. What about Johan? He's also not there. So, Padantia Arundaya. Okay, you're not there. What about Gleaser Dis Shafa?
Yes, Tom.
All right, what can you tell me about the third question?
The third question, I think his answer about the title of the passage, judul dari bacaan yang ada di soal.
Okay, and as far as you understand it, what should we do to give or provide a title for some paragraphs?
I think I read paragraph one first.
Okay, sure do.
And then I read paragraph 2, but just like one sentence.
Briefly, right? Atau secara singkat.
Okay, yeah.
Yep, exactly. And yeah, that is correct. Again, you gotta go to, in Bahasa Indonesia, ke kalimat-kalimat utamanya. It's the main ideas of each paragraph. That's what you guys gotta do. And still Shafa, can you tell me why did I answer B? Like based on your understanding, why is it not A, the future of healthcare?
I think because it's discussed about future of work. And like it's discussed about a robot, maybe.
Definitely, exactly. So that's another thing. Another keyword inside of each paragraph that you need to find. If they talk about a lot of automation, robots, replacing human beings with technology and something like that, that is called automation. Now that's the first keyword. And why is it not future healthcare? Because healthcare is only mentioned in the third paragraph. What about the impact of technology on living standards? It mentioned nothing about living standards. Unemployment due to technological advancement. Now that is a very close one. Unemployment simply means ketidakadaannya lapangan pekerjaan atau pemecatan. Unemployment. Now, although we can refer to that, since the first paragraph and also the second paragraph talks about change in labor markets. You see, change in labor markets, and also what else here? A lot of polarization, and also highly skilled people are those people who will survive, right? It's very close to that, but for some reason we have the word automation that happened to be one of the most mentioned word inside of each 3 paragraphs there. So that's why it's better for us to start using that word for the title. Basically that. Now, for me personally, this is one of those stupid questions. Simply because we can literally title everything with anything, right? So this is purely based on opinions, but still, since we have the question, we need to find what's closer to the paragraph and to the statements that they're actually making. You see, while E, technology and productivity of low skill and middle skill job. Well, they did talk about low skill and middle skill job, but they're also referring to high skill jobs. You see, they're also referring to that, and so therefore, the closest one shall be B, automation and the future of work. That we will all be replaced with robots. So what's the point of all of this, right? So of course that is just a joke. Yeah. Number 4 here. As usual, another volunteer. Timmy. Hello, Timmy. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. So number 4, what can you tell me about it?
The author purpose writing the text is to describe the drawbacks of labor automation.
Automation.
The author purpose itself is tell us about the behind the main idea from the paragraph. And the answer is B, because this, I don't know, maybe because the change from
The change
sorry,
from?
sorry, never.
No problem.
Well, maybe it's because the change labor, market labor, from the human to the robot, maybe.
Yep, exactly. That's what drawbacks means. Atau in bahasa Indonesia is drawbacks secara literal tarikan ke belakangnya. So something negative basically, right? Jadi negatifnya apa sih dari labor automation? Yep, that is thank you for the explanation. That was very nice. So when the question say the author purpose means tujuan. Tujuan penulisan teks ini tuh apa sih? What is the purpose of writing this long paragraphs, right? Well, we can define it by ourselves. So this is one of those questions that we should not look at the keywords. You see, because the keywords will not work. We have labor, we have automation, high skill, labor automation, and also automated machines. You see, so those are the keywords, but it's not going to work when you find the keywords in this kind of question. The purpose of writing so. Jadi yang perlu kita pikirkan adalah kira-kira apa sih tujuan dari penulisan ini? Apakah untuk meyakinkan seseorang tentang kita harusnya tidak punya robot or whatever, something like that, atau which means persuasive, right? Atau lebih ke curahan hati seseorang aja. Oh ya, sekarang saya tidak punya pekerjaan karena pekerjaan saya digantikan oleh robot-robot and stuff like that. So dan itu masuk ke pertanyaan nomor 5 yang nanti kita bahas. Still in question number 4, we need to understand what the purpose in telling so is. Dan kuncinya adalah kita memperhatikan baik paragrafnya itu menyediakan data-data atau hasil analisis atau research, atau lebih ke curahan hati seseorang, atau lebih ke sebuah ajakan, invitation, right? Or anything basically. Kita lihat hal tersebut dulu, kemudian kita lihat negatif atau positif dari bentuk si paragrafnya. Because I can literally have a different understanding about why the purpose wrote the passage, right? But since we have options here, jadi kita lihat kira-kira tujuannya yang paling mendekati apa ya? Dari paragraf nggak ada curahan hati, dari paragraf nggak ada sebuah ajakan untuk demo terhadap robot or whatever, something like that, nggak ada sama sekali. Jadi yang paling mendekati adalah D, bahwa si penulis mencoba untuk mendeskripsikan efek negatif dari automation. As simple as that. So we pay attention on what the author is trying to deliver. Is he presenting about data? Apakah sedang mempresentasikan data-data saja, atau sedang cerita ke anaknya atau ke maknya or whoever, atau sedang mengajak seseorang untuk melakukan sesuatu. You see? So that's what we need to pay attention of. And the last question here is number 5. You see? What is the tone of passage? Now, tone of passage simply means bentuk, tone itu tonase, tapi it refers to bentuk skrip yang kita punya. Bentuknya itu apa? Seperti yang tadi disebutkan, apakah ajakan, apakah bentuk sebuah kemarahan yang juga perasaan sebenarnya, atau lebih ke bentuk, atau lebih ke memberikan data. One more volunteer, let's say, ada Malaika, are you there? He's not there. Okay, what about Reza Lutfi?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So question number 5. So why do you think the answer is E, objective?
Yeah, I think that is because the tone of the message is objective. Objective, that mean like tidak berdasarkan pendapat pribadi.
It's not based on personal opinion,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Exactly. Thank you for the answer. Nah, betul sekali. Subjektif itu lebih ke pendapat pribadi. Oh, menurut saya robot tuh seperti ini, bla 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 bla. Balik lagi, curahan hati. Sedangkan objektif adalah sesuatu yang berdasarkan data atau research. So, well, based on the paragraph here, gak ada utaraan kemarahan, gak ada sarcasm, gak ada perasaan sama sekali. It's purely data. So it's very simple. It's very easy to see, to look at, right? Bahwa ini adalah data. So the answer is objective. Maybe what you guys need to know is what each of these options means, right? Option means. Outrage simply means angry atau ungkapan kemarahan. Let's say, oh my God, I'm so angry that robot is taking my job now, so I cannot work. Ya, kemarahan. Sedangkan sarcasm atau sarcastic, right? Is when you're saying, hey, oh yes, you're the prettiest girl in the room. But in reality, she's not. She's ugly, or she's not pretty, or something like that, right? Now, so that is sarcastic, saying something that is good, but the author is actually referring to something that is bad. The complete opposite. Okay. Persuasive is persuasif, yang artinya ajakan. Saya sedang mempersuasi seseorang untuk beli produk saya. Persuasi. sebuah ajakan untuk melakukan sesuatu. Introspektif, introspeksi. Mungkin bentuk paragrafnya akan lebih berbicara tentang bagaimana sebuah negara menjadi seperti ini. Oh ya, ini tuh karena ini. Dan saya pikir ini tuh seperti ini. Dan ini tidak baik dilakukan, maka dari itu kita harus melakukan itu. That is introspeksi, kesalahan diri sendiri. Objective, on the other hand, is purely based on data. And that's what you guys need to remember. Okay? Nah, so knowing that information is not too much detail from all of the questions that we have here so far, 5 questions, right? Any questions, anything at all? Bingungnya di mana atau kesulitannya di mana? Apakah hanya sekedar arti-arti dari masing-masing kata atau apa? Mungkin ada yang bisa menyampaikan? Siapapun.
Tom, can
Mhm.
I say something?
No. Of course you can. Yes.
So when you explain ketika soalnya dijelaskan, apakah bisa dijelaskan dengan melihat soalnya? Jadi ada 2 sisi, satu adalah soalnya dan satu adalah teks yang sedang dibaca.
Of course. Yeah. We can always do that. So it's up to you the way you see it as comfortable. If you feel like it's more comfortable for you to do that, then yes, please do that. Apapun itu yang kita anggap lebih mudah dilakukan saja. You see? Terjawab nggak?
Enggak, maksudnya ketika sedang dijelaskan di layar itu.
Oke. Oke, yeah, of course. Mungkin bisa ambil contoh mana yang kurang jelas dari.
Bukan, maksudnya when you try to explain satu soal,
Yep.
itu dijelaskan sambil melihat teksnya. Jadi di satu sisi itu di satu sisi sebelah ada soalnya dan satu ada teks yang dibaca. Jadi kita bisa melihat soalnya dan memilih setiap opsi sambil melihat teksnya tersebut.
Betul.
Di split screen.
Yep, betul sekali. Thank you for the advice, right? Permasalahannya adalah terkadang ada muncul soal-soal yang tidak ada hubungannya, tapi kita tidak bisa sepenuhnya melihat ke paragraf-paragraf tersebut. That's why I did not show you the paragraph or the text, simply because none of the questions are majorly related to the paragraph. Pertanyaannya bukan pertanyaan seperti oke, apa yang terjadi kepada orang-orang dengan high skill jobs. Nah, bukan pertanyaan-pertanyaan seperti itu. Pertanyaannya lebih ke pertanyaan pendapat atau perspektif kita berdasarkan teks. Yeah, simply that's why I did not show the text while I'm explaining. But of course, thank you so much for the advice. I will do that. Okay. Anything else? Ada yang mau tanya lagi? Kesulitannya di mana?
I would like to add more.
Of course.
Okay, so maybe this is based on my experience doing the test. I found difficulties in make sure the tone is objective or not, because you can't really see it from the text,
Yeah.
like the tone is really absurd and I don't really know I'm not sure if this is the right answer if it comes to talking about tones of the passage.
Yeah.
That one.
Of course. Yeah, thank you so much for the question. So simply, again, we'll look at the majority. If the text is kind of like, oh yes, years ago I have a child, my child died, and now I have another child, the child died again. That is purely feelings, right? So, and it's not subjective, so it's more like outrage. If the author mentions something about the cause of the problem, and that's what we can see. My child died because the government or the hospital did not do a good job, because the hospital did not blah 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 blah. So that is outrage, sebuah ungkapan kemarahan. Sedangkan data or objective is when we don't see any any keywords kind of like I think, in my opinion, in my view, in my perspective. If we don't see anything like that and you don't sense that they are talking based on their feelings, then it's gotta be objective, you see. Now, while on the other hand, subjective is when you talk more about your personal opinion. I honestly think that we should blah, 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 blah. I think we should do this. I think we should do that. So it's a personal opinion, kind of like someone complaining. So that is opinions, but then you need to be careful. Which one is subjective? Which one is outrage? Or which one is sarcastic, right? Again, we need to pay attention on the way the text has been delivered. What is dominating? Nah, that's the key. So what's dominating? Is it the feeling? Is it the opinions? Is it the data? What's dominating? If one of those is dominating, then that's gotta be the tone of the passage. Basically it. Thank you for the question.
Thank you, Tom. It's so clear.
Anytime. Anything else, guys? Anything else? We have like what, more than 50 people here. Any question? Maybe because that's what I do. I'm trying to help you, and so it would be lovely to answer any kinds of question.
Tom,
Yep.
I want to ask, but is it okay when I use Indonesian language because I can explain it in English?
You can also explain it in Russian or Spanish. That's okay if you can. So, okay, please do. Bahasa Indonesia boleh.
Jadi aku mau tanya, kan kita belajar bahasa Inggris nih kebanyakan buat ujian masuk universitas. Nah, menurut Tom, lebih baik kita sering-sering belajar scanning skimming atau kita belajar baca teks bahasa Inggris yang banyak terus kita artiin setiap kosakata yang kita nggak ngerti gitu.
Okay, so thank you for the question. My usual method will be speaking, actually. Why? Because through speaking, through having a discussion or debate or simply giving opinions, it works best. When it comes to reading, yes, it will also work. But when you read it without doing it out loud, I don't think it's going to make a lot of change. So if it's reading, kalau memang kasusnya membaca, boleh membaca skimming dan kita artikan satu persatu supaya tahu pasti artinya apa. Dan kalaupun sudah kita artikan satu-satu, kita ambil contoh yang di sini. Creative acumen and leadership expertise has not been affected. Misalkan kita nggak tahu arti dari acumen itu apa, kita translate satu kata tersebut. Tapi jangan pernah berharap bahwa dalam bahasa Inggris artinya itu berdasarkan masing-masing kata. Karena dalam bahasa Inggris, karena kita punya grammar yang sangat berbeda, kita harus artikannya per kalimat. Jadi setelah tahu artinya secara per kata, bagaimana kita mengaplikasikannya dalam sebuah kalimat yang berbeda. You see, and that's what we can do. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thanks Tom.
Yep, anytime. Anything else? Anything else?
That's.
Yep. Burhan, what's up?
Okay, I'm great.
Yep. Okay.
I wanna ask, can you re-explain maybe? The question number 4.
Question number 4, okay.
For option D and E, what is the difference between describe and explain?
Okay. Describe is mendeskripsikan, explain is menjelaskan. Secara translation sudah berbeda artinya. So describing is kind of like when, what do I have here? Well, I have a glass. How do you describe this? Well, it's green and it's round. It's quite long, quite big, right? So that is describing. Explaining tends to be more detailed. For example, not only that it's green and round and long, but it's also blah, 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 blah. That is explaining, right? Let's say another example when that is more related to the passage. let's say I'm telling you, hey, Burhan, so English is very good. It's awesome. It's super nice. But can you explain why? See, so well, why means that you need to give out more examples of why the language is very important. You see, it's internationally accepted. It opens up a lot of job opportunities. You see, so you go into more detail when it comes to explaining. Okay.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks.
Anytime. Anything else before I continue? Anyone and everyone? Anything else?
Hello.
Anything? Yes?
I want to ask something.
Sure do, Risma.
In Indonesia.
Boleh. Spanyol juga boleh.
No, I can.
Oke.
Jadi kan kalau nanti ketika kita ujian itu otomatis ya vocab kita nggak terlalu banyak. So best choice ketika ada ya bacaan seperti ini tuh best choice-nya skimming dulu baru lihat ke soal atau better soal baru kita ke bacaannya.
Okay. Jadi thank you for the question, Risma. It really depends on the first question. Dari first question kita bisa lihat di sini contohnya ya. Following the statement are questions that the passage tries to address except. Nah, bentuk-bentuk pertanyaan seperti itu adalah bentuk pertanyaan yang benar-benar kita harus scan dulu semuanya. Nah, kalau bentuk pertanyaannya sudah seperti itu, ya sudah, scan saja semuanya. Nah, tapi kalau bentuk pertanyaan yang lebih simple, lebih baik, jauh lebih baik kita pergi ke soalnya dulu. So we can just find the keywords. You see? Unless you're Einstein or Nikola Tesla, who's very smart and a genius, right? Then just read it once, don't ever read it again. Your main battle here is with time, right? Kalau kita baca dulu, terus ke soal, aduh lupa baca lagi, it takes too much time. That's the problem, right? That's why lebih baik kita ke soal dulu, baru ke teks. Tapi kalau bentuk pertanyaannya seperti ini, ya sudah ke teks dulu, it's okay, and then you go into the questions like that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, anytime. Anything else? I'll give one or two more chances here to ask any kinds of question. Like, what pet do I have? Well, I have 4 dogs. Yeah. So, but anything that is related to the passage. Anything? Or if you're shy, you can always ask from the chat box. Wait, Umay, I feel like I've seen Tom somewhere. Well, for people who knows me, I'm pretty well known among some among of people. You don't need to know that, it's not important. But anyway, so any question? Entar gak ngerti si Mas Thomasnya kalau pakai bahasa Jawa. Maksudnya apa? Aku yo iso bahasa Jawa toh.
Loh, coba emang Jawa.
No, I'm not Japanese, but I've learned Japanese. Jadi, so aku yo iso ngomong tapi Jawa sing kasar.
Jawane tangan dia.
Apa nih?
Jawane tangan dia.
Jawa
Ngapa?
Yo agak ngapa. Banyumasan jadi ya ngapa. Oke, wis ana pertanyaan mending ora?
Mau nambahin.
Apa sok?
Itu dari Aca tadi di chat katanya Pak suruh ngestabiloin di teksnya gitu biar lebih jelas yang di highlight yang mana.
Oke. Distabiloin untuk bagian yang mana?
Yang pas nge-highlight gitu, pas ngejelasin. Jadi tahu
Oh,
yang
waktu
pentingnya
oke.
mana aja gitu.
Oke, boleh. Jadi yang sedang dibahas yang mana gitu kan?
Iya.
Okay, bisa. Yeah, we can always do that on our next meeting. Okay, well, that's great. Now, well, what else? Let's see. Do we have any further questions here? Gimana bisa belajar banyak bahasa gitu, Mas? Cause I'm goddamn smart. So yeah, that's why. Tom, how to find keyword on the passage fastly because in the exam time is short. Now, you don't find keywords in the passage, you find keywords in the question. You see? Well, because in the passage, everything is the keywords. It refers to something that brings out the idea. You see, while on the on the questions, it's literally based on what you need to find. So you find the keywords through the answers, basically. Okay. Anything else? Anything else? Do you play Duolingo? Right. Okay. I want to ask. Sometimes we do not know meaning of the vocab. Then should we do what should we do if it does happening when we were doing an exam? Well, sorry to say this, but you're screwed if you don't know what it means. I mean, if you don't have the opportunity to check your phone, then I'm afraid you cannot do anything other than finding some other keywords. That's the thing. That's why doing this is not the most effective way to go straight into reading comprehension. It should be going through vocabs, verbs, adjective, adverbs, and nouns first, so that you know what something means. But it's also a good idea to find some topic that are more related to the exam that you're going to be getting. You see, so I'm afraid you cannot do anything if you don't know what it means. But there are always ways for us to do to learn more before we have the exam, like that. Okay, the next one. If it's about taking a conclusion, but in the text there is so many subtopic, how to take a conclusion that include all the text? Well, find what's closer. You have options for the answers, right? Find the closest one to the passage, like that. Aku pengen banget bisa bahasa Inggris, tapi aku susah ingat kosakata. That's the thing. Oh yeah, that's one more thing. Don't ever try. Don't ever memorize anything. Never. Don't memorize anything, karena belajar bahasa itu seperti matematika. Bolehlah ngafalin rumus, tapi kalau kita hafalin kita bisa lupa. But if we use it all the time, we'll get used to it. Just like how I learned a lot of languages. Emang bahasa Jawa ada rumusnya? I don't think so. Tapi ya udah, ngomong aja, ketemu teman, we make friends with Japanese people, and so now I'm able to speak a little bit of Japanese. Dibiasakan, bukan dihafalkan. As simple as that. Jangan pernah hafalin. Mau rumus dalam bahasa Inggris grammar? Don't do that. It's not going to be effective. Okay. Untuk menjawab soal yang perlu tahu semua arti kalimat di dalam teks. Untuk menjawab soal apa perlu tahu semua arti kalimat di dalam teksnya? No, not at all. Makanya kita pergi ke pertanyaannya dulu sebelum ke teksnya. At least itu yang direkomendasikan. Tom, would you tell me the best technique to learn English, especially on reading comprehension? Go to America. Go to America, or to London or Liverpool or wherever. I mean, I've been to all those countries, just saying. Yeah, but that's the best way, because you will be forced to read, to listen, to speak something in those languages. That's why in each country we have options, which is to take English courses such as this one. And that happened because you cannot go to America. As simple as that. Okay, the next one. Ngafalin kosakata sih paling. Don't memorize anything. Just get used to the word. How many languages do you speak, Tom? I need to count, but I should not tell you. Okay. Kalau nggak sesuai grammar, no problem. Jangan khawatir tentang grammar, karena pronunciation itu jauh lebih penting dibanding grammar. Jauh, okay? Where do you learn all of those languages? Any web, books, or YouTube that you recommend? Oh yeah, I have this recommendation. It's called Making Goddamn Friends. You need to make friends with those people, either online or in real life. Well, I'm Argentinian, of course. In Bandung, where I'm living now, most of my friends are foreign people. It's easier for me, but for you, the key is to not be in bahasa Indonesia jaim. Gak usah jaim lah, ngomong aja. Oh yes, I'm from Indonesia. What can I tell you about it? And from there you learn better. From there you make friends. Like that. That's the best way. It's too expensive to go there. Exactly. You don't have the money, right? Kurang teman untuk bicara aja sebenarnya. Exactly. That's why you need a speaking partner. That's why in my method, when I'm teaching privately, it's mostly speaking. You see, trust me, it's mostly speaking. I rarely talk about theories. Why? Karena di pertanyaan-pertanyaan seperti ini, teori nggak mungkin ditanyain. So what's the point? You see, I'm more into a speaking partner. Can you speak in British accent? Of course, I've been in London before. Yeah. You have an excellent Indonesian language. Thanks. Do you have any tips and tricks to learn English? Secara otodidak. Make friends. Just talk. Speak out loud. And be sure that you pronounce it. Bukan hanya baca di dalam hati atau ngomong di dalam hati, tapi harus diucapkan. Oke? Okay? Jadi kita cuma perlu berani speaking untuk mulai, Tom. Of course. Realitanya adalah kita lebih paham listening, lebih paham reading, karena ya hal-hal tersebut yang lebih sering dilakukan. Ya kan? Tapi kita jarang sekali speaking. That's why we need to get used to it. Terbiasa, bukan menghafalkan. Tom, can you explain number 3 again? I'm still confused about getting the correct answer in a short time. Okay, question number 3. The best title for the passage. Find words that are dominating the passage. As simple as that. We have so many automation or automated or automatic or whatever based on the passage. And yeah, find what's dominant and I'm pretty sure we will be able to make a good title for it, like that. Okay. Itu apresiasi untuk speaking dengan orang. Yeah, there are so many. Just find it in Google. Fake it until you make it. Exactly, I would agree. Bro, I'm really sorry. Yeah, whatever. We can use Fondy app. Okay. I a little bit nervous when you mentioned my name. Yeah, that's why. Just well, if you're a man, then be a man. If you're a girl, also be a man. Like, no, I'm sorry, I'm joking. I mean, still, you need to have the courage, like that. Okay, the last one here. Kak, dalam menyusun grammar itu ada salah benernya kah ya? Bisa bedain antara present tense atau past continuous tense dalam pengaplikasian itu gimana? Yeah, so well, it's basically getting used to it. If you try to remember, you will forget. If you get used to it, you will know how to use it. So do it oftenly, like that. Okay, so I think our time is over for today, right? So I think I need to head back to Imam and chat him. Nah, for any question, you can just go straight ask to Imam, so that I can answer your further question. But so far, since it's 10:15, you need to sleep, right? Just like little babies. So let's end the meeting, okay? So thank you so much for today, guys. I hope anything that I've delivered helped. And again, with me, I'm super chill. You can just ask anything. You see, do I have a girlfriend or not? Well, too bad, I do. So, or any kinds of question, I'm pretty much open about it. Okay, but yeah, I think that is all for today. Then you have a great evening, and thank you so much for today. Bye.
Thank you, Tom.
Bye, Tom. Thank you.
Anytime. Bye.
Thank you so much.
See you.
See
Have a good
you.
night.
Thank you, Tom. See you.